who have joined today to discuss on how to build a strong and resilient Nepal. At Shankar, our vision is to grow with national growth, and we are committed to a future to lead. We are today the Nepal's largest contributor to national GDP with a $1.1 billion revenue, the biggest employer with 15,000 direct employment, and one of the largest taxpayers in the country. Nepal is poised to grow at 4.5% this fiscal year as per World Bank interim report. Inflation is down half from post-COVID and 30% down from last year. Export is up by 58%. Remittance is up 10%, but year-on-year growth has declined. Lending rates are down by 4%. Stock market is up by 50 to 60% from its bottom. Public revenue growth of government is up by 25%. However, government expense has grown by 4.7% over last year. Domestic credit is down by 3.9%. Government debt has grown by 10% internal and external as compared to other countries in South Asia. We are relatively prudent except Bangladesh, which is at 40.7%, Sri Lanka at 102%, Pakistan at 74.6%, India at 80.4%. This year, we have seen business grow. Industrial output is set to grow by 6.6% over last year. New hydroelectricity capacity installation is 244 megawatt in H1 of current fiscal year, and another 1,500 megawatt is set to be added by 2026. And by 2028, 3,300 megawatt should be added. Vegetable oil exports have increased to India, thereby increasing exports. Agriculture output is up by 3.6% over last year, with increase in paddy production and healthy rains. Service sector is set to grow by 5.1% in the current year, a tad slower than 5.2% last year. Tourism in 2025, with April recording highest ever tourism in a single month, as per data released by NTB, despite concerns about upgradation of Tribhuvan International Airport. Newer sectors like business process outsourcing, IT, is showing double-digit growths. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. KP Sharma Oli, and the current government for reviving our economy and bringing policies and changes for future growth and development. But now it's time to take a leap ahead in the coming decade and achieve double-digit growths, year on year with a robust, resilient private sector. Despite 9.2% year-on-year growth in nominal capital and in immediate goods import, this has not converted into private investment growth. Non-financial productive sector credit growth was only 6%, far below 17.9%, which is average 7 year from 2017. I believe we need to focus on, one, having a sustainable government, stable government and efficient policies reflecting current economic environment, and reforms at national, regional, and local levels to create an internationally competitive environment and encourage use of technology at all levels of governance and public services to avoid bureaucratic hurdles to facilitate growth path. Two, focused development of ROI-based infrastructure projects on priority, which are affecting core growth sectors such as tourism, logistics, hydro, IT, sanitation, irrigation, and water management. Reduce and recalibrate spending on government admin expenses, and increase spending on ROI-based infrastructure projects. To encourage more FDI-friendly policies, for example, IT City for new startups, where electricity and internet is uninterrupted at a highly subsidized rate with tax and other rebates. We need to attract FDI in sectors projects which are not only doable by the government or private sector, like large dam-based hydropower projects, or a new international airport which can handle 10 million or more tourists. Provide access to the global markets for national companies. One small step has been already taken where IT sector has been allowed to do foreign investment. But we also need to allow popular products from Nepal to go global and bring back the returns to our country. Allow for privatization of industries outside of core national interests. Focus on new city development outside Kathmandu to avoid congestion and spread growth across Nepal. Above all, focus on holistic health education for all Nepalese with aggressive targets. Nepal has the capability of becoming a developed nation at a very fast pace, blessed with resilient people and abundant resources. Our youth are driven, our entrepreneurs are innovative, and our natural beauty is unparalleled. We have everything we need to become a prosperous, developed nation and grow across all sectors, which encourage people who have migrated outside to come back and build this prosperous nation. Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what we do in the present." A nation's strength ultimately lies in the dreams of its people and the actions we take to fulfill them. I would like to take this opportunity to specially thank President of Daman, Mr. Mohan Raj Paudel, and Vice President Ms. Monica Singh for conducting this event. Thank you and have a nice evening. Thank you so much.